welcome back to the Twin Moons channel. This is our first pick a card reading. The question we are asking is, what are they hiding from you? So without further ado, we're going to get started. Focus on the two stones. This stone here is rose quartz. This stone here is clear quartz. Just focus on which stone is drawing you more towards it. I'm going to let you guys do that for a second. Once you've decided which stone is pulling you more, we're going to actually, we can edit that part out. What do you say?
What you mean?
Okay, so pick your stone and then we're going to get started with the reading.
Alright, if you chose rose quartz, we're going to go ahead and get started. The first card that came out was a Fool, the Devil card, Queen of Pentacles, the Moon, King of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and then Two of Cups. And so this reading is for what are they hiding from you? What secrets are they keeping from you? And it starts off with the Fool card, and what I'm kind of getting from this is that you maybe feel like the fool in this situation. Like you feel like you are kind of giving this your all and you're just like trusting and stuff like that, but at the same time you clearly, if you're watching this reading, you feel like something may be a little off and you may be being too naive in this situation. And when I see the Devil card, I see that there's some sort of insecurity, and maybe that's coming from you. And I think that maybe you feel like there's something else that's going on and you're not the only one. Because when I'm looking at this, I see like the Devil kind of playing two people. And so like maybe you feel like in your mind there may be some other person that's coming along. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles that's following. And I think that the reason why you feel this way, maybe you are the one who is more abundant in this relationship. Like you're the one who kind of bring more to the table. And so like maybe that's the reason why you feel like the Fool, because maybe you have people around that's like, you know, like, why are you in this situation or something like that. Maybe this is someone that you kind of like, what is the word that I'm looking for?
Like enhance? Like you?
Yeah. Yeah, like you enhance them. You bring more out of them. Like you brought the table. You brought the table, but you want to believe that there's more to this situation and there's more to this relationship, because clearly that there's something about this person that you like. But at the same time, there's some sort of insecurity when it comes to this. Like maybe you feel like he's using you. That's what I feel. Like, I don't know. I think that then you have the King of Swords. So this is someone who clearly isn't afraid to speak what's on their mind.
But they obviously feel that they don't have enough to bring to. I guess that's what they're not telling you.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense with that Queen of Pentacles, because that's what this person right here feels like. This person feels like they don't have enough, like they out in the cold because they feel like, oh, well, I don't have enough to get up enough, like, so I might as well just go home. But it's only in their mind, because you don't feel like that. Like, you don't look at them like somebody that's like, oh, this broke person, like, you know, or this person, they don't got a degree like me, or you don't necessarily have to be, you know, that you got more money than them. It may be that you're more refined than they are. Maybe you come from higher class and they come from, you know, the hood, quote unquote. But whatever the case may be, you have a higher status in society than they do.
Yeah, and I think they talk a big talks to kind of substitute the area that they lack. So they talk a lot. They try to like exude this confidence
To compensate?
Yeah,
or overcompensate?
Yes, I think they overcompensate. Yep.
But you don't feel like
It's necessary.
right, you don't think that like, right, it's like it's not necessary. Like, that's all in their head. They feel like they gotta do, you know, that's why they act like that, because they feel like they have to compensate for what it is that they lack that you bring to the table. But in actuality, they really look at you like they other half with this Two of Cups here.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
And you know that there's something deeper here too with this Moon card right above it.
Mhm. You know it. So at the end of the day, I honestly feel like you need to just follow your heart. Don't focus on what others around you are saying. And maybe you should put your significant other at ease. You know what I mean? Like maybe you need to bring this conversation up and let them know what you've been noticing, that they feel like this, that, and the third. But you know that's not how you feel, and you know that you guys are a unit and y'all gonna work through those things together. You don't look at what they don't have, you look at what they do have.
Right, because at the end of the day, you're not perfect either. Just because you may have all of these things, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, whatever, doesn't mean that you feel like there's certain things that you lack. Like, for example, maybe you're not as confident as they are, and you may have all of the, what's it called? Like, you may have all of the wealth, or, you know, you may have the degrees, or you may have the job that's the big time baller, but maybe you've always struggled with confidence in yourself. Maybe you've always struggled with asserting yourself in a room, like in a like maybe you're in a position where you kind of have to lay back and let the big dogs, you know, do the talking, but you kind of always have good ideas, but you be too afraid to bring it to the table. But your partner is somebody that isn't afraid to speak their mind.
Yep, that's what this King of Swords is right here.
Right.
They kind of balance each other out, because you are a person who will kind of fall to the back burner. But you know, like overall, you know what you have, but you're not someone who boasts about it, who boasts about what they have.
Right.
And you're like, so what you lack in communication, your partner kind of picks that up.
Right. So together y'all a unit.
Yep. Yeah. That's why this Two of Cups is right here.
Right.
So you really don't have anything to worry about. You just need to put those insecurities at ease. Just have a conversation with them. Let them know that you don't look at them as less than.
Right.
You look at them as your equal.
Exactly.
Oh.
I like that. Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right, for the rose quartz. All right, so if you chose the clear quartz, this is your reading. So, what is it that they are not telling you? What is it that they are not telling you? So it starts off with the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is always about like the beginning of putting in some type of work. It's kind of like, you know, when you start a new project and you know that this project is going to be successful, or you start a new job, or maybe you're about to start, you know, grad school, like, you know, at the end of this journey what it's going to bring. Like, you know, at the end you coming out with that master's degree, you know, at the end this project is going to bring so much money to the company, you know, at the end, you know, this business pursuit is going to make you wealthy. But it starts somewhere, and that's what the Three of Pentacles is. It's like that first few little like pieces of that, the first few steps, you know. It's like, okay, I'm in my first semester of grad school, only 6 more to go, like, you know what I mean? You got to start somewhere. And then with this Three of Swords right next to it, I'm looking at that as like, there's, when you get the Three of, when I see the Three of Swords, it's kind of like a it can be a betrayal card, but I'm not seeing that as betrayal in this context. I'm seeing it more as like a tug and pull of the mind and figuring out which direction to go, or more or less like, okay, is this what I should be doing? Is this the direction I should be going in?
Yeah.
But I mean, you know the truth to that, because with the Queen of Swords knows what it is. Like, the Queen of Swords isn't afraid and knows how to speak their mind, and they know what it is that they want. So that's kind of like just a doubt, because you at the beginning of it, so you're not going to be able to see the results from where the vision right away. And I feel like right now that's where you at. Like, you see the vision, so you started to put the work in, but right now you kind of like, like it's so far off that it kind of feels like it's not gonna happen, or you're a little doubtful. But don't be doubtful, G. Like, I swear it's gonna happen. It's already in the work. You just gotta be patient and put the work in. Like, you can't go from 1 pentacle to 10. You gotta go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and so on. And then look, at the end it's 4 pentacles. So soon you're gonna see some more results come, because you started off with 3, and then at the end of this row you have 4. So, you know, once you clear that doubt from your mind, you'll be able to see that that the work that you're putting in is going to give you you'll start to see results soon, basically.
Yeah, I'm sensing a lot of doubt from your partner as well. I think they're trying to hold on because this may be a little more serious than what they thought it was going to be. And I think it kind of like hit them like a ton of bricks. Because like when I see the Four of Pentacles, I see it as being like trying to hold on to everything. Like, oh no, I'm scared to share just yet. Like, I might not be ready to share yet. And then like after this Four of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands, which is twin flame energy. Mm-hmm. And so twin flames are always scary. Like, like let's just be honest, like twin flames are always scary. Once I saw this twin flame card, it kind of, the whole reading kind of started to make sense to me. So your partner has a lot of doubt, but they know who you are, but they're just afraid to kind of take that step, like that next step, because it's like, I know that this is it. And that's normally what happens in twin flame relationships. Like once you meet your twin flame, you're like, shit, you know, sorry, excuse my language, but that's kind of what you feel, because it's like, okay, well, now it's time to buckle down and get serious, I guess. But then, you know, like you always have that fear, like this may be too good to be true. So, and then you have the Hermit card that follows the Devil card. So it's like now your partner's kind of trying to retreat, and maybe that's why you're watching this video, because maybe they kind of took a step back and they're acting a little different towards you right now. And maybe it's not that y'all are in the separation phase completely, but it's like you're sensing them pulling away from you, or them not being as straightforward as they used to be, or communicating the way that they used to communicate. And that's all because now all of their emotions and their feelings have just hit them, and now they're trying to figure out like, what do I do next? Because maybe they're not in the space yet where they feel like they can be with you fully, or give you what they want you to have because of Pentacles. Who knows? Right.
And then with this Four of Swords here at the end, right next to the Hermit, like that's why they're retreating, because they're more or less in their head trying to figure things out for themselves. Like they kind of put themselves in like a, I need to just figure it, I don't want to say shit, but figure shit out. Like at the beginning here, where it started off with these Three of Pentacles, I mean, y'all had something that y'all was working on together, whether that be a relationship, whether that be a business that y'all working on, whether that be, you know, just building something together that y'all can both share with one another. It doesn't necessarily have to be physical. It could actually just be a relationship. But it's like, you obviously feel doubtful about the direction that it's going in right now. But you know the truth. That's what it is. You know the truth about it. You know the truth about how you feel about this person. And you also know that, like, it's worth putting time into. That's why you started putting the effort into it initially. And like I said, with this Four of Pentacles here, yes, it is like, oh, holding on, and you know, I don't want to share. But since it's coming right after the Three of Pentacles, and then it ends with the Four, I'm looking at that also as, oh, okay, I have this much. I started off with this much, but then I ended up with this much. Like, you have more, that you'll see results from it soon. And with that twin flame, yeah, like you said, G, people be scary. Y'all gotta move out of this scary, doubtful phase, because y'all both mirroring each other right now. But allow your partner this time right now to retreat and just figure things out in their mind, because there's something about you that intimidates them. Like, the Queen of Swords is here, so that person, she ain't nobody to play with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't play with the Queen of Swords. And I feel like you've already communicated that. And you might not have necessarily expressed it verbally, but they know that they got to come correct, basically. And they just at a point where right now they recognizing that they do have to come correct. So in their mind, they like, okay, let me just cool out. Let me just take it easy real quick. I got to figure out how I got to make sure that I'm matching her energy, matching her fly, matching his or her energy, rather. Because the Queen of Swords doesn't necessarily have to be a woman. Right. It could be a man. It just has that energy. But regardless, you don't play with that queen. That's not the queen you play with.
Not at all. Yeah, and it's a couple swords in here, so that's how I know that it's all about really trying to protect feelings. Like, you know, like, it's really like, okay, putting the X up, you can't see me, but you know, just putting the X up, like, I have to protect me at all times, only out of fear.
Yeah, because it's 2 3s here and 3 4s.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I need to learn numerology.
Yeah. Like, it's a lot. This is very new is what I'm getting. This is a very new.
Yep.
And like I said, this is general reading, so, you know, take what resonates, take what don't. But I'm sensing that this is something that's new to both of y'all. Mm-hmm. And it's a little scary because maybe y'all never had anything serious before, or maybe this is the first time you felt this way about somebody before. But, I mean, it's not, everything starts at the beginning. You got to put the work in. And it's not going to be easy. Like, the Three of Pentacles is also a sign that's showing you, like, you just at the beginning. You ain't even started having problems yet. You just started to put the work in. So, if you can't even take the heat right now, then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You ain't cut. But you both are cut. Both of y'all. Y'all just have to be able to be willing to fight for each other.
I feel that, too. I think that this is something that's new as well. And I think that's the reason why, like, they're watching this video, because it's like it started off so good, and then like all of a sudden it's like a whoop. So now why are you pulling back? Why are you holding back? Are you talking to somebody else? Like, is it not just me? Do you not like me anymore? I think it's one of those, because when it started off, it probably was like they clicked instantly and they were automatically comfortable, because if this is a twin flame situation, that's what happens. You know what I mean? Like, you sense that you've already known them before, so it's like you already feel comfortable, and things probably was like a, oh my gosh, I can see this really going somewhere. But then all of a sudden, you know, the other person started to pull back or just act different, you know. And when you're with somebody, you can tell when your person is not being themselves 100%. It doesn't even have to be that they're not communicating with each other or not talking to each other right now or not being around each other. It's just like you feel like something is different. And so it's like, what you hiding? But it's honestly just their emotions that they're hiding, because maybe they feel like, you know, I start feeling something way too quick. Like, this is not not normal for me.
Right. Ooh, well, good luck, y'all. Nah, but everything gonna be good. You're gonna start to see things switch up and change up real soon, for sure.
Definitely.
All right, well, make sure you tune in on Sunday for your Zodiac weekly love reading. And we'll be doing our bonus pick a card readings every Wednesday and every Friday. So happy Friday to everybody out there. Have a good day.
And if you would like to get a personal reading, our contact information is in the description down below.
Make sure you click on that.
Bye.